Hello, I have a question for you. Have you ever experienced a hurting heart, whether it's through the actions of betrayal, abandonment, rejection, loneliness, and the more recent experiences that we've had during the pandemic and the earth isolation? Yeah, I don't think in all the years that I've been working as a psychic for 25 years, I don't think I've ever witnessed a heart that hasn't been touched by being hurt or harmed on some level. Hi, my name is Nancy Rebecca. I'm a psychic healer. I teach psychic development with Intuitive Mind. And in this particular video, I'm going to talk about the heart chakra, what it looks like in the energy field when you protect your heart. So I'm just going to name maybe the top 4 that I usually see. And then I'm going to talk about, are there times where maybe you should protect your heart? And when should you kind of let go of some of that protection? You see, we are living in heart opening times on the planet right now. And in the next 4 years, you've kind of heard me talk about this in some of the other videos, that we are in kind of this rapid awakening process, this kind of quickening of our energy field, this kind of fluttering of the heart as it really wants to expand and open and live in a different level of consciousness, a consciousness of feeling good, a consciousness of love and compassion. But to do that, we have to address some of the old pains that we've had that has caused us to consciously or unconsciously place a lot of protection around our heart. So our heart chakra has the strongest of all the energy fields. It has the strongest kind of magnetic pull to it. It helps join our lower 3 physical chakras, energy chakras of the first, second, and third layer that joins with the heart chakra. And then our heart chakra helps us join those lower 3 chakras to our upper 3 chakras, the communication, the clear seeing, and our spiritual chakra. So it's vitally important that we have our heart chakra open and functioning well to the best of our ability. And so that we're not kind of holding back progress, but we are potentiating our possibilities with how to be able to start off by feeling good, but also being able to love again. So as a psychic clairvoyant, I can see your human energy field. And as I have looked at those through thousands of people, some of what I see are from a very light protection, where it's almost like shutters, wooden shutters on the front and the back, so that you're inside, you can latch, you can unlatch it, and then you can open that up and you can see who's trying to come into your heart. You take a look, you have a little conversation, you maybe do a little negotiation, and then you allow them in. So it's a very kind of light protection, which generally a lot of us have. The next level of protection that I see is like jail bars. It's almost like we are in the prison of our own heart. We are inside, but we have the keys inside with us, and we're not going to let anybody in. They can see us, we can see out. We have these metal bars that are all the way around the heart chakra, and you may try to expand, but your expansion process pushes against those bars and it cannot push past it. You are the one with the key that has to make the choice if you want to unlock those jail bars, that jail door, to allow yourself to not only express love, but to be able to receive love again. But you feel almost imprisoned by your own love, or feel kind of unlucky in love. Another level that I usually see, so this is a more extreme level, would be like metal with doors all around. And it may have 4 doors, it may have 8 doors. But on these doors, it'll have, like, you close the door and it's metal and it's thick. So it might be 12 inches thick. Slam that door, lock, 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 locked. So got a lot of locks on every door, and it's like nobody's coming in and nobody's going out. Now, what this does is it really can cause your energy field to become fragile and viable, kind of like wet tissue paper. The aura is not very strong. The beautiful thing about this is it's easily healed and easily managed, and easily healed and managed by you. And most of the time when I identify that someone has this level of protection around their heart, that it is locked down, they know exactly why, and they remember when they did it. I've never met anyone who is unconscious about why they put that protection there. You may have forgotten, but it only takes an opportunity to remember, to be able to let it go. And then the next level, this is the biggest level of all. This is like a bank vault that's, 8 feet tall and 6 feet wide. And it's got, its walls are like 3 feet thick, and you need a combination to be able to open it. And then you spin the big door, put the latch, and then you open that heavy, 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 heavy door. If someone can get in that far, then you have a lot of love to give. But sometimes they try to prove that love over and over and over and over again, and you're just not letting them into your inner sanctum. And so that's a very heavy level of protection. So those are about the 4 levels that I usually see. And again, it is easily healable. It is easy to shift it, but you want to take a look at and meditate on and be in that kind of internal process, and maybe even work with a therapist to help you deal with and cope with the reasons why you put that much protection around your heart in the first place. Is there a reason why you should protect your heart? Absolutely. You and I both know that anyone who has control over your heart has control over you. I mean, and anybody that you have control over their heart, you have control over them as well. And so we've often heard these stories of these people, everyone, where you can just be the most dynamic person in the world, and yet when you are letting someone into your life, you just fall head over heels in love with them, and you're just ready and willing to abandon everything in your life that was healthy and whole because of this love for this other person that holds the power of your heart in their hands. And I'm also, talking about you holding the heart of someone else in your hands. So that requires a lot of integrity to say, yeah, I love this person a lot, and but I'm not willing to lose myself in the process. Or if you love someone else a lot, it's like, wow, they really love me. I'm not going to abuse that love. I'm not going to take advantage or manipulate that love. So it does take higher levels of consciousness. However, if your heart is vulnerable, you definitely want to have some levels of protection around. Now, there are 3 levels of the heart chakra, and Spirit told me there's 12 gates to your heart chakra. So in your innermost light of your heart chakra, deep inside, is that spark of the divine, the spark of the God of your heart, or the glory of God that's right there at your core. It's the spark that you were born with. I always like to emphasize here, everyone in a human body was born with that spark, no matter how, evil or abusive they've been. Everyone has that spark. They may not be in touch with that spark, but that spark is there for all of us. When we are born, our parents and their love really spark that even more, adds that even more to allow that spark of that pure love light to begin to expand. And there are 4 doors entering into that. Now, on the outside of that particular core part of love, the next level is your relationship with your own soul. Your soul loves and adores you more than any human being on the face of the planet could even possibly get close to. And one of the issues is is that we don't know that we're a soul. We don't know that our soul loves us. We don't know that our soul has our back. There are 4 gates to this level as well. And so we can protect all of those. What have I talked about? 4, I've already talked about 8 gates. So if you have protected those gates with old wounds and old pains, it can block the flow of your love going out and any love that has potential to come in because those doors are blocked. And then the outermost room is your relationships with other people, your relationships with your lover, husband, wife, maybe your parents, your children, your pets, maybe your workmates, you just love them. So that is in that outer realm. Again, if you've been wounded in relationship, you've been hurt, those gates, rather than being infused with that pure light of your soul and the soul of the other person, if you have been wounded there, hurt or harmed, you can be reacting from that hurt, and you can be reacting from all that protection that you've put between you and a relationship. So on this layer, what I encourage you to do to be able to begin that process of healing yourself is to first start with that core kind of God heart that I described. And I want to mention that for me personally, it looked like maybe the size of a grape. And I could see the light of my soul moving all around, but I had so much protection around my God light, the spark of the divine that is in my heart. It took me a couple of years to be able to merge my light because I had so much protection around it. Is it going to take you a couple of years? No, because you're a different person than I am. But I just want to let you know that if you can't seem to kind of budge and get that connection made, give yourself that grace of self-love and give yourself the time and space that you need to heal it. And then do that for a while, and then go to build that relationship with the love of your own soul, your own spirit. Let yourself experience how much your own soul loves you. And on each layer, allow the light to dissolve the wound. Allow the light, the God light, your soul light, and the light of your relationships to dissolve those old pains. Should you just throw away all the protection? The protection is there for a reason. So be gentle with yourself. Let go of maybe a couple of the blocks off the 12 gates, maybe clear one block off one gate, and just do this by going into meditation and then clear that and see how you feel the next couple of days. And it's like, all right, I'm feeling all right. I think I'm going to clear the blocks, the wounded blocks of another gate. And so just make this a gentle journey for you of finding your way back to your own heart. Again, what I'm saying, these are heart awakening times. There is this kind of quiver of the heart as it wants to expand, but it's kind of bumping up against some of these old wounds. You are going to get there. You don't really have a choice, because on the earth, we are awakening. We are ascending. We are expanding in our consciousness. So we are going to get there. But you can ease any discomfort in that process or drama in that process by getting quiet, finding a quiet place, and working through clearing those gates. Now, those gates, yes, can be guarded by guardian angels or angels that are guards. And so you can just ask these bright beings of light to stand at those gates to help you keep the brilliance of the light of your own soul in your own heart. Invite them in, allow yourself to be supported. I will tell you that once you build that relationship with your own soul and with the God or the goddess of your own heart, you will never feel lonely again. And every relationship you will have is not filling a need it's a bonus because you have enough self-love that you don't need to get it from anyone on the outside. You can just love them because, and they can love you because, without all these strong attachments to the old wounds. So I always love talking about the dynamics of the human energy field, and your heart chakra is right up there with being the most dynamic. I hope that it has provided you some information to work with, to heal, and I'd love to hear from you about the different steps and experiences that you've had healing your own heart. Take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this information and you would like to be a part of the videos that I'm releasing every week, please click the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, thank you all so much for all the love that you are constantly sending my way. My gates are open, not all of them actually, but they are open. I'm working on opening them and I'm working on receiving it. So I'll take all the love I can get. All right, take care.